we're just reveling in how much work we're getting done in our digital nomad Rama, Mexico experience. And what a blessing it is to be working in the digital age. There's pros and cons to every era, and we've talked a lot about the cons of the dark side of the digital and technological age. But the massive pro is that anyone, anywhere with access to the internet can learn anything and basically penetrate through the digital augmented dimensional reality to create things that we've never been able to create before. And it doesn't take a college degree. It doesn't take years and years of study. People are teaching themselves how to trade and about crypto and about all sorts of other kind of skill sets to fulfill niches of this new era that this global pandemic has brought, and also at the crest of the real fourth industrial revolution, which we are now in the midst of. These are topics that are dear to me and are important to me because I feel that if there can be any kind of a pathway that we as a Rama community can create for people who feel like they're not technologically inclined, or who feel that they need to transition from what they're doing, or were forced to by losing their job or having to change industries or whatever has happened in the past year. It is really an honor and a passion of the Rama crew and mine to teach ways and to develop and create foundational frequency alignments around how to relay with what is now artificial intelligence constantly. That's the relay. How do we create a relay with artificial intelligence that is powerful, that's dignified, that's empowered, and also that allows you to kind of go into some of the slipstreams of the technological age that will bring you great success, make you a lot of money, bring you great fulfillment, connect you with people that you would have never been able to meet in a time that was slower, in a time that was not as connected and as wired. There's been a lot of fear around kind of the 5G and what it does to the psychomagnetic field and all of these types of things. There's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of fear on all ends of the spectrum, both from, people who are kind of in a more normative, conventional, dare I say, muggle mainframe, and also the all the way over to the more kind of alternative narratives. That the fear kind of frequency is running on all ends of the gamut and all ends of the spectrum. And our job as yogis is to really create a mind-body functioning that is so balanced and so powerful and so agile, because I think balanced is kind of a overused term this idea that somehow we can create this great balance of live and work and life and play and all of the things, balance of nutrition. I mean, we live on a polarity planet, so I actually don't think balance is what we're trying to create. I think what we're actually trying to develop in ourselves is agility. And it is the technological age. It is the digital age. So we are now trying to, and I think in many ways being very successful as a community, to create digital agility. Digital agility. That's what we're interested in. And we're headed into Rama Business School season, our first semester of the year. Next Monday on March 15th, 2021, we'll have our first Rama Business School Accelerator of the year. And it's a day-long experience where all of us can learn more and we can grow and we can develop all of these different thoughts and skills and networks and community connections that will help us to take the next steps in really thriving in a time where any recession, any challenge, any massive challenge that we're facing on this planet, which is, there's many, many levels to this, from food shortages to the massive crisis that we're facing with the masks have created in the oceans and in the environment in terms of plastic waste, single-use plastic waste, all of the to-go food, and just everything that's happened in the pandemic. And then we haven't been driving as much, and we haven't been, so there's been that kind of decrease of pollution. There's just, this is a very, very complex kind of plus minus balance sheet of human existence on planet Earth. So we want to come together and really start to pierce and penetrate through the digital augmented veil, where some people feel like whatever, because their age or their skill set, they don't belong in this world. And I would like to debunk that together on Monday. And as well as those who are looking at more ways to become more significantly penetrative in the digital space. And I want to talk about that and how to create a brand that is relevant and a brand that is human and a brand that is relatable, or a service or a niche for yourself that is really necessary right now, and how to be agile and be ahead of the curve. That is really, as yogis, what we're interested in, is to have the kind of intuitive wisdom and the agility and the power of the chakra balance and the 10 bodies being exercised and strengthened simultaneously together, which every Kriya, pranayama, meditation does in this Kundalini technology. And then utilizing that to be ahead of the curve, the head of the curve of time, because you have this intuitive kind of clarity, ahead of the curve of invention, ahead of the curve of ingenuity, ahead of the curve of genius, and ahead of the curve of what actually is going to be required to thrive and succeed in a time where things are so different than they ever have been. And it's such a kind of alchemical mix of massive digital presence and opportunity, and then a lot of geopolitical issues and challenges. So ultimately, I feel this is the true test of how to be human in the technological age, how to be real in the augmented reality of, I'm facing challenges right in front of me. And whether it's I have to homeschool my child, or I've been stuck in a apartment with my family for a year, which has brought up all sorts of issues, or I've had to change jobs, or I have to learn new skills, or all of those kinds of things. And then simultaneously, there's a requirement to show up in a more penetrative way in the digital space, in all of these augmented realities. It's fascinating, and it's a fascinating time to be alive, and there is a lot of opportunity, and I want us as yogic practitioners to take those opportunities and to use them for solving the big problems, not just our personal problems, but the big problems that we're facing as a family of humans here on planet Earth. So join us on Monday, March 15th, 2021 for the Rama Business School Accelerator. It's complimentary. Invite your friends and family and cohorts and colleagues. We're going to be really delving into a lot of this information, these fundamental practices that many of us have practiced and had great success with. We're going to be featuring a whole handful of alumni from Rama Business School who have done incredible things and are incredible teachers and leaders. And we're going to be talking about crypto. We're going to be talking about buying farmland and real estate for everyone, how to get involved in investing in real estate and even using crypto to invest in real estate. We're going to be talking about detoxing the hustle and starting to really penetrate the radiant body. We're going to be talking about all sorts of other aspects of leadership in this age. So join us. It's complimentary. And that is all to say, in a very long-winded way, we now have to do Sakriya workout. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Reality Riffing. These are conversations that I think are important with people who are doing great things in the world about subject matters that need to be discussed. If you enjoyed the content, the conversation, please feel free to share with your people, share with your friends and family, rate the podcast below, and also subscribe.